Hey everybody, it's Shamika. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share my videos, okay? I wanted to just take a couple minutes to tell you guys the tea as it pertains to what is going to happen starting May 5th when you guys have to repay your student loans, okay? So first of all, do not get super alarmed. A lot of you are not going to go into collection. May 5th is just the date that they're going to release the restriction of actually coming after you. So this means that as of May 5th, if you meet certain criteria, and I'm going to tell you what that is, then they can pursue you for collections, okay? And that collections would be of your student, for your student loans, all right? So the requirement is 270 days or 9 months behind on your payments, if that is you. Now, let me say this. The government has not specified whether or not the 9 months is going to be what you've already accumulated in the past, or if it's going to be 9 months starting the day your loans became due. A lot of you guys have already had your loans become due. Your student loan servicer is already hitting you up to make payments. What I would suggest you do is to call your student loan servicer and ask, when do they turn your loans over to collections? Is it after you reach your 9 months, or is it going to be based off of your, I guess you say, retroactive time that you were in forbearance since COVID, okay? That is one thing that the government has not necessarily stated. I've been around for a little bit. I've helped you guys with student loans, and I can tell you that I am almost positive they're going to give you the 9 months time to be in default before they start taking the collections. But I always tell everybody, don't take my word for it. Always do the work for yourself, because you having the information versus having to rely on someone to give it to you is so much more valuable and so much better for you, okay? So May 5th is the day they're going to release the restriction, all right? Most of you have already received your tax refunds, so you don't have to worry about them taking anything. Again, if you're one of those people that you're unsure if they're going to base this off of retroactive or going forward, and you have not received your tax refund, that is another reason why you need to call your student loan servicer, because you want to make sure you get your money, okay? The next thing, when they start doing these collections, I need to stress, because this is something that has not happened in any of my years that I have been alive, okay? They are going to take it from bank accounts if they can, your job, so your earnings, and this does not mean you have to have a government job. You can just have a job, okay? If they know you have a job, they can submit a subpoena. They can do what they need to do with your files, and you do not have to worry about them taking you to court like they normally would do if you had a debt collector. A debt collector would take you to court after you don't show up or you lose in court. That is when you get that garnishment. This way, with the government, they're not even going to worry about taking you to court. They're just going to garnish your wages. Now, wages do include Social Security income and Social Security disability income. So if I am talking to anyone who is on Social Security disability, you should have already put in your total and permanent discharge form so that your loans can be wiped out, so that you can get yourself out of this category. If you are an individual who is receiving SSI, Social Security income, because you're 62, you're retired, you do not have that option, but here is something that everyone can use. You guys can always use the forbearance button or try to go for a hardship. That is all done through your student loan servicer, not the Department of Education, because they are not managing your loans, okay? Now, just to clear up some confusion, the federal government is saying that they're going to release the restriction for coming after you for debt collection, right? Now they can. But whenever you have to handle any administrative things concerning your loans, you need to talk to your student loan servicer, not the government. The government is only the ones who issue the money. They want to be paid, and you're not paying them back, and now they're going to find a way to get this money back from you, okay? Now, for my individuals who are on Social Security disability, I already told you what you should do. If you're on Social Security income, I told you what you should do. But here is something, let me just add. They also could take up to 15% of your pay. I'm going to make a guess that anyone who is receiving some form of government income, this does not include veterans benefits. You're okay if you get disability benefits from the VA. Any other thing you may receive money from, they do have the right to take that money. You guys already know they can take your tax refund. They've done that in the past. So if you owe and there's a tax refund that is due you, they are going to take it. There is something called the Treasury Offset Program. The government likes to call it TOP, T-O-P. Treasury Offset Program is just like it says, okay? Your debt is sent to the Treasury, and the Treasury will use your Social Security number to see if you are receiving any kind of funds, okay? And they know that you're receiving funds because you pay FICA and you pay Medicare, all right? If you're a 1099 person, there's no way for them to get any money from you, only if you're due a refund at the end of the year. I'm not encouraging everyone to be 1099 employees, but 1099 employees are seeming to be the only ones that are safe, okay, if you don't pay your loans. Everyone else, your income can be traced and tracked because you have an employer and you pay to the government. So they know when you are earning income. They will and they can go and get access to your funds. Now, to prevent all that, I told you guys what to do. Hardship or a forbearance. Contact your student loan servicer and get that worked out. Another thing, because you're not going to hear a lot of people mention this, but I am, because free and bankruptcy are my two favorite words, okay? And if you guys did not know, you can throw your student loans into bankruptcy, excuse me. All you have to do is demonstrate 3 things. If you want to know what those 3 things are, send me a message. I'll let you know what those are, so that you can see if you qualify for the right to file bankruptcy and also throw your student loans in there, okay? And the trustee can either do away with all of your loans, or they can minimize them, take away a certain portion so you're not paying so much, but it is basically a way to restructure to help you so that you don't have to worry about anyone garnishing your wages. Now, there are other programs out there. A lot of you guys are already defaulted. I would strongly suggest you look into rehabilitation programs that will help you make a certain amount of payments to demonstrate to the government that you are going to pay your loans back. And once you make a certain number of payments, then they will in turn offer you the government programs that were out there before the Biden administration decided they were going to do the SAVE program and offer us student loan, to be able to discharge our loans. The traditional programs have already been there, which is the IDR, income driven repayment, ICR, income contingent repayment, IBR, income, I forgot what the B stands for, but they got 3 repayment plans, and then of course they have the traditional plan, which nobody wants because you got to pay your loans back in 10 years, which means your payments will be too high. All those other income driven plans, some of them have different names, repayee, all types of things like that, but the good part is they stretch your loans out to 25 years. They give you the right to make smaller payments, and you don't have to worry about anybody garnishing your wages or anything like that, okay? So I know this video is kind of long. I wanted to make sure that everybody got some accurate, current, up-to-date information. Remember, May 5th is not here yet, so we really won't really know what's going to happen until that day comes, because the government does this all the time. Woo, okay, they'll say this thing, and next thing you know, it's something different. We don't have time for that. My followers, and we are about tell me what the real deal is so that I know how to get myself ready. And if that is you, hopefully you've learned enough from this video that you want to follow me. Please go to my YouTube as well under the same name. Follow me there, and catch me on my lives. Bring your questions, and if you have any questions about anything that I said here, you can always go to my website, shamikasaves.com, or send me an email, shamikasaves@gmail.com. You guys have a good one, and we're going to do our best to stay on top of what tries to topple us. Y'all have a good one. Bye.